everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamie from Colors. Today is our fourth video on backgrounds in our Soulmates book by Hannah Carlson, and I totally forgot to schedule this video into my calendar, so I'm not even sure which day this is coming out, but it is at some point, I don't know, so before number 5. But yeah, so my bad, but we're gonna do it anyways and make it work. So today we're talking acrylic paints. So I like painting with acrylics. I've done a few things. I use it in my art journaling. I have done some painting. I think I'll grab one for you. I don't know if I should do this because it's not that great, but I'll grab a couple original. Okay, so here is a few things. I don't know. I am by no means a professional artist. I just like to do this kind of stuff. I like to get my hands dirty, and I like to mix it up. So here is a girl. I play the violin. I have since I was 11. Have a master's in music education, though it is in percussion. So I do both, but I've played the violin since I was like 11. So I really love this. So that's done with acrylics. And then I love peacocks, and so I painted this with the peacock, and that is again just acrylic on a canvas. I've done a few more I won't show you. I have a big old giant board with trees in my kitchen. I don't know if I could figure out how to show you that. But this is a mixed media one that I just did. It has quite a bit of acrylic in it. Use acrylic paints for the background, and then I used acrylics to paint her skin tone in and her hair tone in, and then I layered everything, including the kitchen sink, on top of it, just because it's fun. And then this is the one I did quite a while ago that's kind of a mixed media. It was just kind of fun, but it is done with acrylics. If you find yourself planted in an unknown world, you may not grow into what you expect. Hold on, you will grow into something more beautiful, strong, and powerful than anyone foresaw. So love it. Those are my own words too. I don't have anyone to accredit it to, but once in a while things come out of my head that are more profound than I am on a normal basis. So anyways, I like acrylics. I think they're fun. I have put them in coloring pages before, so I thought we would talk about what they are, how they're different, what kind of things you can find if you go to your craft or art store. So kind of zoom in here. This is a piece of mixed media paper, and I probably should grab a brush and some water. Because I shouldn't do everything with my fingers. Okay, so first and foremost is when you're using acrylics, you should not use the same brush you're using your watercolors for. So if you have a precious watercolor brush, do not put it in your acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is much harsher. It can ruin your brushes if you don't get them cleaned out perfectly. So you go through acrylic brushes. They fray, they get ruined, you leave them in water. Like, stuff happens to acrylic brushes that don't happen to watercolor brushes just because of the nature of the beast. A watercolor brush, if you have a good watercolor brush, you can keep it forever. Acrylic brush is gonna wear out because of the nature of the paint. So just don't use your watercolor brush. Okay, so now let's talk about what we have going on in the acrylic world. Hopefully this will work and come across as something. And kids are playing outside, not my kids, neighbor kids, so I have no control over them. Okay, so if you hear them screaming, not my kids. All right, so one of the first things is this is an ink. It's very thin. It's I don't use this much, and I got bubbles in it, but so it's very liquidy. It's very liquidy. But it's also very smooth. You can get some texture in it. I don't use this a lot because I find that I want a more even application. But it's fun. So that's an option for you if you like something that's really thin. I will use acrylic inks and use a dip brush to like sign my name or put in eyelashes or like those. That's really nice. This is what is this, a flow? This is a flow. I don't know how much I have in here left. So this has like a little nozzle on it. It's very thin, very, very thin paint. And this is good for like drips and stuff. Not great for your coloring book because it's so wet. So those are two things. That's another thing with the ink is it's very wet. When your paper will warp the wetter your material is. Okay, so another one, you'll see this is a high flow, a fluid. Maybe this one was a high, this is a high flow, this is a fluid. So these are fun because they have a ton of pigment in a drop. Like come on, so much. They're also very expensive. They're by Golden, they're expensive. But if you want to like add a drop of it to like a white, they're great for that. Like, you just get a lot of pigment. I'll also use these for like pores and stuff, which I've never done on this channel, but they're expensive, they're watery, but they're great to add to white to get like a really nice pigment because they have so much pigment per drop. Okay, I have ink on my finger. Are we surprised? No, I'm always dirty. Okay, then when I'm painting with acrylics on my canvases or something, this is a lot of time what I'll use. This is heavy body paints. There are student grade and professional grade. I hate the caps on the Golden. I hate them. I have the hardest time opening them. I'm gonna get it though. Maybe I'm not. Oh my gosh, I got a different one. I used this one the other day. Let's see if I can get it open. There we go, this one's open. Okay, whew, I hate the caps on these. Okay, so these are a heavy body acrylic paint. There's different grades. These are professional grade, but they will keep their form. So that's why they're heavy body. They also, you don't need a lot of liquid to move it around. So this is a dry brush and you can pull it around. This is quinacridone nickel gold, I think. Yeah, and it's a more transparent color. There are more opaque colors, but this is beautiful. I love this color. It's so pretty. Beautiful color, beautiful. And I'll show you another heavy body paint, and then I'll tell you why I don't use them in my coloring books. And then I'll show you what I do use in my coloring books. Okay. I love these for mixed media though, and on canvases and stuff. Beautiful. Okay, so this is another heavy body paint. I love this color too. It's like a bright, beautiful yellow green. You know how I feel about yellow green. And oh, it's just beautiful. I have a lot of water in my brush right now, sorry. so it's watering it down. Also, my voice is going. Don't go on my voice. Stick around. So I'll just look at that rich, beautiful color. If you don't use a lot of water. If you use water, you can thin it down quite a bit. So there's water over here, not water over here. So it's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay. But why I don't use them in my coloring books is because you see that shine? A professional acrylic paint is going to have a gloss to it. A lot of them. There are some that don't, but a lot of them, most of them are going to have a gloss, which makes it very, very difficult to layer on colored pencils. You'll get quite a shine. It can be difficult. Acrylic artists will just paint and then they varnish whatever finish they want on their painting at the end. So if they want a satin finish across all their paints, then they put a satin varnish on, or a gloss varnish, or a matte varnish. So to them it doesn't matter. But for us, we want to be able to layer colored pencils. So for us, we want to be able to layer color pencil on it. And so that gloss is just not great. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that gloss. So what do we get then? We've got all these expensive paints and we don't want to use them. You can use them if you want. If you have them and you want to use them, use them. It's great. Or you can save them for your canvases. For coloring books, I like to use craft paint. Craft paint doesn't have the finish. Most of them are matte. So they don't have that glossy finish. You can color over the top of them. They come in a little tube for $1. Like you get 2 fluid ounces for $1. Whereas these, you're getting 2 fluid ounces for, you know, $10 up to $20, up to depending on what color you get. And these, most every color is $1. So this is Deco, and I used to use it all the time for my woodworking projects that I put outside, like my Halloween decorations and stuff. But now I find it quite thin. I don't know. It's fine though. If that's what you have, pull it out. But you might have to do more than one layer. You might have to do more than one layer just depending on what colors you use, but it's really nice. The other bonus is that craft paints come in every color. You don't have to mix to get the color you want. They come in everything. This is Deco Art, and I like Deco Art. I use their black quite a bit. This color is Cranberry Wine, which I do think I put on a background of a picture once. It's beautiful. I have some water on my brush, but a beautiful color. Beautiful color. Do you see how they don't have that wet shine? They have a little bit of shine where it hasn't dried yet, but where this still looks really shiny, these don't look as shiny. So that's what you want. You want something that's a little more matte. You might have to do more than one coat. Another paint that I have that I think is fun, but I don't know how it layers with pencil. I do like, this is what I stamped the steampunk girl with, or the stencils with. It is Deco Art, but it's metallic. So it probably has a sheen to it that we might not want for our backgrounds, but man, is it pretty. And we might want to put it on our background just because it's pretty. It is gorgeous color. So also a little more transparent, which might be the look we're going for. Beautiful color. Anyways, so those are some paints that I have, why I use what I use. Another option that I use quite a bit is our Posca paint pens. I have them in an array of different colors here. I've got blue and yellow and brown and greens, and they come in everything. This. They come in everything, and they're easy to get in those little tiny spaces in our coloring books. So I love them. I love them, I love them. I love them. So, I don't know, we've done a lot of purple backgrounds, I don't know. But these, you want to shake them up, make sure they're nice and shooketh, and then here with them. If they haven't been used before, you'll need to pump them, but then they lay down, and they're matte when they dry, so you can color it over the top of them. They get in those little tiny areas. You can get them in different sizes. I have the black in a ton of different sizes. This one I think is empty. Yeah, that one's dry. I need to throw it away. Yeah, my blacks I need to order another pack, but in huge colors so I can get big area. But I love them. They also come in some metallics. So here is I think this is gold. Yeah. A gold metallic. And this I think is silver. Silver metallic. So Posca paint pens are a way to go if you do not feel comfortable using a paintbrush, or if you do feel comfortable using a paintbrush but you want to do it on the couch instead of at a desk where you have your water. Just beautiful. Look at this. They come in every color. They come in all sorts of colors. So don't just, I know I use the black and the white a lot, but they come in a ton of colors. So here's just like a gray, if you don't want the silver. I'm in love, guys. Love them. Love them, love them. So let's look at our coloring book and decide what we want to color, like which ones we want to do which. Is there anything else I need to tell you? So use an acrylic brush, not a watercolor brush, and look for a paint that is matte rather than gloss. And as a, I don't want to say as a rule because, you know, things aren't set in stone, but as a guideline, your craft paints are going to be matte while your professional paints are going to be a gloss. As a guideline. So anyways, you can use inks to write with. You can use like these beautiful colors to put like a drop in white and get a beautiful color. That's just how I see things, I guess. I don't know. Do you see how these are still glossy? They're still glossy, and these are matte and they can be drawn on. Let's see how this feels really good. I bet a pencil will go over the top of that if I have one nearby. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whereas, look at this, okay? I'll show you. So I'm not putting a beautiful color over the top of it, but this is over the matte, or the deco metallic. This is over the deco. This is the Americano. Like, you can just lay it down. Let's see, this is Posca. You can't see it, but it's down. Posca, sounds a little wet still. But then this is the professional paints. See how the pencil just does not lay down. It scrapes the paint rather than lays down. See the difference? Let's see, this is from this one does okay. And then this is the ink. It does okay. It's not as good as these though. It is going down, but not quite as much color. So anyways, there's your lay down on acrylics. I've been on one lately. I think I'm like in the middle of summer and I'm with children all day long and I never interact with adults and my brain melts out of my head because they're crying and whining and tattling on each other and tattling that the other one is tattling, or ugh. It's enough to like suck the life and the sanity right out of you. So I get them put to bed and I'm like, oh, let's record. And then I'm like, oh, I'm a crazy person with nothing intellectual left. So it's kind of where I'm at. Alright, let's look at the pieces we wanted to color today. This one I'm thinking, I was kind of thinking a black background, but then I was thinking maybe purple. Would purple be too much though? I don't know. We'll come back to it. Purple or black? I don't know. Okay, and then we have this one that we're gonna do. This is a dragonfly, so it's gonna have lots of blues and greens. There's that one. I gotta think, man. Now I have the whole slew of colors opened up to me. I gotta think. This one is sky for this mouse's house. And we could look at this like two different ways. Like it could be daytime or nighttime. If we do nighttime, we could either do a black or a very dark blue. And then we could put stars in the sky, which would be fun. Maybe we'll do that. Do a dark sky and then put stars. Would be fun. And then we have this one as well, which is going to be lots of greens. Again, kind of tropical. Yellow might be fun. Red might be fun. That'd be out there. It'd be different than what I usually do. Alright, well, let me think about it and pull some colors and we'll get started. Okay, I have picked our colors for our book and I've got 3 paints and a black Posca paint pen, which I know I've done black Posca paint pens before, but I really want to do that witch with the black background. So I did pull out my Mythomorphia book so I can show you that I do use the other colors of Posca paint pens for backgrounds. So, because this is a book I've done it. This is a blue Posca paint pen in the background. We have our black, and then I like black. Here's purple in the background of this one, and then I'm putting pencil over it over here. But like all this is just purple Posca paint pen. I think that, oh, here's a light blue Posca paint pen. And I think that's it. So I do use the Posca paint pens for backgrounds, not just black, but I just, it's what I wanted today, guys. So you guys have seen the black Posca paint pens. I'm not going to do much of it, but you just color it in. But they're great because you can get into, well, this one hasn't even been used. Look at that. Okay, so I can show you. When you get a Posca paint pen, you shake it up really good. And then the tip is going to be white and you actually have to pump it. Be careful though, because sometimes it can come out really fast. So pump it on, don't pump it on your coloring book page. Pump it on something else that you can wipe off if you need to, because they can get juicy real quick. And then you just draw it in. Get in those little tiny spaces and get it in there. Sometimes I will color around all the little dots. Sometimes I'll just go over the dots and then add my own dots back in. You can also like take a picture of your picture before you start coloring. And then if you cover up the dots, you know where to go back and put them in with your like white Posca paint pen. So different options there. But I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. you just color it in. And it's a nice, deep, beautiful black. And you just color it in. So, anyways, pretty self-explanatory. Go around the whole page, you get your black. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute and then we'll turn the page. So while it's drying, I don't know if you noticed that my nails have changed since the beginning of this video. I have acrylic nails. I've been kind of experimenting with what I like, so they've been changing quite a bit, like shape and everything too. But I've decided I really like this square shape, and then she just did a beautiful job on them today. I love like gold and more fall colors than I like summer colors, and so I've had a hard time picking colors for the summer. Now that it's August for me, maybe it's September for you, maybe it's completely legit. No, it's still August. So I'm a little early on the fall colors. I just love fall colors, like deep jewels and oranges and reds and browns. I love them. So anyways, I think they look lovely. This is like gold foil that she put on, and then she put gold foil on this nail and then my thumbs as well. I don't know how well that's picking up, but it's so pretty. I love it. So shout out to my nail artist. You know, sometimes I'll like watch her do my nails and I'm like, when she's putting the foil on, or she's used like this string gel stuff before on my nails, and I'm like, ooh, how could I use that in my art? Can I buy that? I'm like, ugh, let it go, Jamie. Don't need to put everything in a coloring book, but I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's so close to being dry. We'll just give it another minute and then we'll go on to the next page. Okay, so this page we're gonna paint with the acrylic paints. I don't think I'll do the whole thing on camera either because it will take me a while because we're going around all those little things, but I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. It's just painting, but you want to put something behind your page. So I just have a couple of scrap pages back there. I want to protect any other pages. And then the color I picked for this one, I'm hoping it'll work out really nice. Ooh, I'm a little nervous, but this is alizarin crimson. So that's exciting. Okay, maybe, I mean, it's all the same technique, so maybe I won't do this one on film, but I'll tell you. So I'm going to use the alizarin crimson on this one, and then on the tropical one, I have the Americana Scarlet. I think that'll be really like bright and tropical and fun. So yeah, so Scarlet on that one. And then the one we'll do, because it has a little more to it, is the Mouse House Mushroom. And I decided let's use Deep Midnight Blue, and then we'll put white speckles for stars in the sky. This is my plan. So, okay, I paint right out of the tube. You could put it on a palette, on a paper plate, whatever you want. And then, like I said earlier, you want to make sure that you're using a brush that's dedicated for acrylic paint. You want something that isn't too soft. If it's too soft, it won't spread the paint. And you want something, so a craft brush is fine. Don't use your watercolor brushes. And brushes for oil paints are usually too hard. They're too stiff and they'll leave streaks in your paint. So look for something that says acrylic or a craft brush. That's kind of an all-purpose kind of thing. I have paintbrushes because I do acrylic painting sometimes, so I have brushes that are for acrylic painting, but I use craft brushes too. But you want something with a little bit of give, and it's soft, but not so soft that it's, if it's too soft, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna spread your paint. You're gonna feel frustrated. So don't do that. If you're frustrated, find a different brush, okay? And then you want a brush that is the right size for the job. So in these little teeny areas, get a little teeny brush because it's just make your life easier. And in like this big area, use a bigger brush because it will make your life easier. So those are my tips. Put paper behind your picture. And I will paint some of this for you, and then when it's done, we'll put the stars in because I got a couple techniques for that as well. So I'm going to speed this up and maybe put on a little music for you because I'm going to watch a show while I do this because if not, I'll go batty. So here we go. painted in with that midnight blue. I think she looks great. Now we're going to put some stars in, and you can get some tools Artists will use like something like this. I don't know what it's called. Let's see. Don't know. This was from Liquitex. And you like load it with wet paint and then you pull it back and you flick it and then it will distribute paint in speckles, and it can be a lot of fun to use it. That's a great way. Another way is to get a softer brush, not your watercolor brush, but a craft brush of some kind. I don't see one right here. Let's see. And we'll just pretend. So, and load your paintbrush with wet paint. I don't have any right now. I'll do it in a minute. And then you hit that brush on another brush and that will make speckles on your paper as well. But one of my favorite ways to make speckles is actually using an old toothbrush. And this one is old and grimy and we've used tons of different colors. My friend and I were using gold. You can see gold in there. Anyways, but then you load it the same way with wet paint and then flick it this way. So I'm pulling back. I can do it so you can see. So I'm pulling back and flicking it. So, and I'm turning my brush and I'm flicking the paint. So that's what we're going to try today. Make sure, it really doesn't matter too much, but we're going to kind of protect the majority of what we don't want paint on. I mean, okay, there we go. It really doesn't matter if, I mean, we get white paint because it's white and we'll be able to color over it. It's not that big a deal. Any surfaces in your studio or in your art room or in your kitchen or wherever you are painting that you do not want paint, you need to cover it, protect it, because I mean, I get paint on everything. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I will get paint on my monitor, I have it on my computer, I have it on my walls, I have it everywhere. I had just painted my studio not too long ago, and it's now this beautiful peacock green color. I absolutely love it. But I had just painted it, and then I had a friend over and we were like making this abstract art thing for her art room at home, her craft room. And so I was having her, like, I think we were using this and the paintbrush, and I was having her flick paint. And so I put her canvas board up on my easel and I was like, just throw paint on it. And she was kind of petrified. I mean, she got over it quick because it's fun. But I'm telling her to spray paint and I'm like, it goes all over the walls. She knows that. She's like, you just painted. I was like, but that's what this room is for. Like, I just throw it around. It doesn't matter. I can paint over it or wash it off, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. So, yeah, I don't care. But if you have surfaces in your room that you do not want paint on, cover them up before you do this. Okay, I put some white paint down. You're not going to need a ton. I got too much. Then some water. This is water I just have in an old hairspray bottle just so I have easy access to it. You're going to water that down. I said I got way too much paint. I'm going to water that down. And then you can always take a surface here to practice on, so you know what you're doing. Like, you're going to be flicking paint. You see the white on there. You can practice on a practice paper so you kind of know what you want or how you're directing it. I'll show you, I think this one, I'll get some paint on there as well. So you can kind of see, and then you pull it back. I don't have my paint needs to be a little bit wetter for this, but you can see it, it's getting on there. You're gonna get your hands dirty. I know, I just got my nails done, it will wash off. Okay, so let's do our papers. So we want to pretend, you know, if there's kind of have this big area, so we'll kind of put some paper over it. And you can always go in with a white Posca paint pen and add some in, you know, bigger ones or what, places you want. Okay. Oh, you can't see. Okay, there we go. So I'm loading up my toothbrush. Okay, here we go. Smell that. I'm gonna put some down the center here. With the paintbrush, I feel like I have pretty good control of where I want to put it. Where with the other brush, I don't. So I like using the toothbrush. Plus, it's cheap. I can put it where I want it. And so we just get some beautiful speckling. And then you can go in with your Posca paint pen. Oh, I want to put some right there though. Okay, just a toothbrush. And then you can go in with your white gel pen or your white Posca paint pen. I have a paper towel here, see it just washes off my hands. No big deal. Off my nails too. No big deal. Okay, so I was with my nail artist this morning. I told her, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm so rough on him. I take care of 3 little boys and then I do art to cool down, and I just don't take very good care of them. I'm so sorry. She said it was okay. She could fix them. So it's all good. Oh, my husband's calling. They're on their way home, so I need to hurry and finish this page. So yeah, take your white paint pen or your gel pen, either one works, and you can add this or you cannot, it doesn't matter, but you can add bigger stars where you want them, or you can kind of fill in little spots that maybe you didn't get as many stars as you want. You can use either of these. I like the Posca paint pen. Just put in some bigger stars. Do whatever makes you happy. I love it. And I know we use the dark blue rather than the black. I like the dark blue. It just makes it look a little softer. The black would work. It would work just fine. If that's what you have, use it. But I don't know, I just liked the look that this gives. If you want, if you know a specific constellation or something, you could put it in. Just make it fun, make it your own, whatever makes you happy. It's your coloring book, do what you want. So, all right. I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys, and then I will insert footage or video, pictures or whatever of the finished picture. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. My husband's calling. I gotta go. But yes, so I'm gonna tell you goodbye, and then I'll put in footage after I say goodbye of the finished pictures. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I don't even know what day it is. I'm so frazzled at the moment. But I hope you guys have fun and that you find time to relax and enjoy yourself. And thank you so much for being here with me. Please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out. It's such a little thing that you can do to really help me. And I know I try to do it on videos I watch because it really does make a difference. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a fun week, that you find time to color, relax, enjoy yourself. I think I already said that, but I mean it double as much today. So I will see you guys later. Bye!